Just after 8 on Monday, 10th of October, this is The Exchange from Gaydio. I'm Paul Graham, and on the programme tonight, gays are not a tourist attraction. That's the strong statement of a young gay woman who has posted an online article about the ever-growing number of heterosexual clubbers visiting Manchester's gay village for a night out. Straight people bring business for the bars, but also potential homophobia and less than enjoyable times for the queer people who rely on the bars as safe spaces. But do you think straight people are ruining gay bars? Also tonight, the Germans are reimbursing any LGBT person convicted under historic sex laws. Joining me in the studio, Mark Willis and Paulette Constable. We're telling you more how to get in contact right after this.
The Exchange.
Hello, hello, baby, you called, I can't hear a thing. Reach my telephone.
Lady Gaga, Beyonce on Gaydio and telephone. Welcome to The Exchange on a Monday night. It's just gone 6.5 minutes past 8. It is the programme where we dissect the headlines from the LGBT world, and got some crackers for you tonight, some really good ones. And joining me in the studio is Mark Willis.
Hello.
And Paulette Constable.
Hello indeed.
Both of you looking good, looking fine.
Thank you.
What's your weekend been like?
Feeling marvellous.
Have you been DJ?
I have been and all weekend. Yes.
Yeah, DJing.
That's what I
get. I'm sure you did get that, but
Yeah.
you know. What about you, Mark?
I've been dancing, but not DJing. So, been out. I did go to Club Tropicana, which has just opened, and saw Dua Lipa, who sings "Blow Your Mind" and "Hotter Than Hell." She was really good. She played Gorilla on Friday night.
Right.
So
Yeah, it's getting to be quite the spot, Gorilla. I know
Yeah, a lot
Emily
of people
Sandy was
doing
there
them.
the other week as well. They're getting really big stars there now.
And big queues, I noticed, outside the door. Yeah, so yeah, we'll be looking at... actually, Tropicana's is coming up very shortly indeed. So, stories, of course. We mentioned... No, our other mentioned at the top of the hour. About... Well, the headline, gays are not a tourist attraction. That's what the headline has said. And actually, I'm not sure what publication is this in. What is it, Jake? Tumblr. What, the gay app?
no,
No, it's
not the gay app.
The mixed
the
app.
straight app.
The
yeah.
mixed app. The mixed app. All right, so,
Yeah.
okay, gays are not a tourist attraction. I have to admit, this is the sort of thing I've heard many times before over the years, because I'm not 21, and neither's Paulette, and I'm sure you've heard the same thing before.
Yep.
It's a strong statement of a young gay woman who has posted an online article about the ever-growing number of heterosexual clubbers visiting Manchester's gay village for a night out. Whilst the vibrant atmosphere, the long strip of bars, each with its own unique personality of music and drinks, bring people of all walks of life to Canal Street to enjoy themselves, often the sanctity, we like that word, the sanctity of the area gets called into question. This young lady, who's joined us now, Sophie, says that with them, these straight people bring lewd and offensive comments towards LGBT people who are doing nothing more than enjoying themselves in a safe space. A very strong statement to make, and I shall be taking you to task over that in a minute, Sophie. Queer people, she says, visit the village to escape homophobia and transphobia, and instead are often met with the same abusive comments and behaviour they seek to avoid by not attending a straight venue. Okay? I'm sure your cages got rattled, if a little slightly there. So what we're going to ask you tonight is, are gay spaces still safe spaces? How welcoming should gay bars be to straight people? We want to hear your comments tonight. On Twitter, it's @Gaydio. And on Facebook, it's facebook.com/Gaydio. That's how you can get involved. Paulette, what's
Yes.
your take on this?
Well, it's a difficult one, really. I think we tread a really fine line between integration and segregation with this one. For years, we tried, So, 91, when I started DJing at the Hacienda for the Flesh Party, it was for dykes, queers and the friends. We throw the door open to everybody, make clubbing, gay clubbing, acceptable to all. This is the only way that we can educate people to be safe with everyone, is to make it okay for everyone to exist in the same space. And for sure, certainly I've seen what Canal Street is like on a Friday and a Saturday night. And there is an element of there being maybe too many hen parties and too many straight girls, and you can't really see where the gay parties are. But you can't stop them. You don't want to stop people going to the clubs and being comfortable in that space. I think that's really retrogressive. I mean, where do you draw the line then? Is it only going to be okay for black people to go to black clubs? And do you know what I mean? It's just, maybe I'm being extreme, but I don't think it.
As Sophie was saying, though, or inferring, is this is our space.
Yeah, well.
So why shouldn't we ask straight people not to come into our space?
And why shouldn't straight people do the same thing in reverse? Because I know a lot of my friends who don't like the vibe on Canal Street and don't like the idea of gay clubs will go to straight clubs. And do we then say that that's also not the all right thing to do?
Mark, how do we police something like this then?
I think it would be pretty much impossible to police, to be honest, just because you can't really tell someone's sexuality just from looking at them. So it'd be crazy just to try and, make sure that the venue was full of gay people, because you'd have to prove it somehow, which would be pretty much impossible. But I can see where some points in the article are coming from, because obviously there's quite a lot of points that are raised.
Absolutely.
But as a whole, I do disagree, because when I go out in Canal Street, I'm usually out with quite a lot of straight people, a lot of my straight friends, and I probably wouldn't choose to go out in Canal Street if I couldn't go out with my straight friends. So I think by sort of making it a gay-only venue, it's definitely, if they could even do it, it would be limiting the amount of people there. And as Paulette was saying, then straight clubs would probably under the sort of, they could say, oh, we're not having any gay people. And it just seems like a step backwards to be going and segregating it to certain sort of niches. Not niches, but you know what I mean.
I do.
I mean,
yeah.
is this just not the same? I mean, I can take it to the absolute extreme, but it's like the immigration argument. Is it okay for them to be here or not? Well, actually, it's okay for everyone to be everywhere. Surely that's the right way to live.
Yeah.
If you want to join in with us now, then you can tweet us on Gaydio. It's at Gaydio, facebook.com/Gaydio. OK, we're looking for your comments tonight. What do you think about this? What do you think about Manchester's gay village? We're talking about that in particular because Sophie Spicknell, a local student and a frequent Canal Street goer, has written this article. Good evening, Sophie.
Hello.
Now, obviously, writing something like this is very inflammatory. You're not sitting on the wall here, are you? You're not trying to please everybody in this article. Who are you trying to tell off?
I think you're right in saying that you can't always please everybody in any article that you write, and you're never going to get everybody on your side. But I think the people that it was basically aimed at is the groups of people that come out in the large numbers and don't always respect the space that they're in. So they have to remember that it is what we call a safe space. It is somewhere that we go to respect, and to be in someone's face sort of screaming abuse and things like that isn't always the way to be.
But not all groups of straight people do that.
No, of course, not all groups do that, but it's not about putting a label on groups of people saying, well, all these straight people, it's just straight people doing this, because obviously you do get people from the community themselves that are throwing abuse within.
You're talking about LGBT community.
Yeah, you will always get sort of internal abuse as well as outside abuse, but it's just about respecting the space that you're in.
Shouldn't that be just all over the place, like Paulette was saying, that really respect comes from within. It's not just an area like the gay village. And you look at the signposts that Manchester City Council have put around the city centre, and it never says gay in it for a start. It always says the village, which I've always had a problem with. Be true to your convictions here. But at the end of the day, the people. And let's be absolutely solid on this and put a spotlight on. It's the ones that shout the loudest, and we are looking at hen parties in particular.
Yeah.
Here, now, who goes to straight venues? Who goes to straight bars amongst all of us here?
Yeah,
I do. Yeah.
Yeah, Mark does. Paulette does. Do you get hen parties in straight venues?
Yeah.
And how do they cope with it?
Fine.
Just leave them to it, really.
Leave it to-
You just leave them to it. You know they're going to be a pain. That's it goes without saying that they're going to be drunk, awkward, pain in the bum, whether it's a gay venue, a straight venue, or whatever. It's
So
goes
why,
with the territory, unfortunately.
so why hasn't there been an article like Sophie's written about the non-gay village? You know, the places. Why are we making this into a problem?
I don't know. I mean, there have been issues. You know, you see it on TV that there's specials that they do about Blackpool. You know, the last photographic thing that they did on Blackpool and the hen parties and the this and the that. And it is a very particular culture and a very particular group of people that, you know, if that's the thing that is really irking people. But unfortunately, it's like that, gay or straight.
Sophie, do you really... You know, I'm sounding as though I'm being antagonistic here, and you'd be absolutely right. I'm playing devil's advocate because
He always does.
I don't really particularly like going into any place that's got people who are shouting their faces off all the time, and especially if they're wearing beanie boppers and glitter sashes and everything. But what is really goading you about this? Is it because you want to own a pub or I don't mean own as in, you know, be a manager, but to step into your favourite place and go, look, I don't want you in my favourite place here. Is that what you're saying, really?
Definitely not. That is not what I'm saying. I think what I'm trying to put across is the fact that they almost see it as a novelty. It's almost like an attraction to kind of see. It's something that they don't normally see, out of the ordinary kind of thing.
Can I take issue with that?
Of course you can. That's what we're
How
here
do you
for.
know that's what they see? Have you been part of a hen party to know what they're thinking?
Again, it's difficult. You can't always judge about what people are thinking.
No,
but yeah.
no, because what I would say is that they've probably just landed somewhere where 10, 12, 15 people can all go out at once. They don't care where they land, whether it's gay, straight, or whatever. You know, their plan is for 15, 20 people, girls, all to meet up, wear the silly sashes, tie someone to a lamppost, and wherever they land, wherever they are, they will fall in, whether that's Cottonopolis or whether that's GAY.
At the end of the day, it's regardless of sexuality. Whether you're in a group,
Doesn't matter.
Time and time again, doesn't it? It can be a group of women going out on a hen do. It could be a group of lads going out after watching a football game. It could be anybody in a group, and groups give you confidence. Confidence normally spills over with a little bit of alcoholic help into loud noises. So why are we taking issue with it being in the gay village? I'm bringing you back to this again.
I think it's for me. I just think it's a hook to hang a very good article on.
Oh, Sophie, what do you reckon to that? Are
It's
you
a hook.
using the gay village here to
It's a
write
hook.
an article?
Because it could
that
have been about anyone.
Yeah.
It's true. It could easily have been used, like you said before, in straight venues. But I think the fact that a lot of gay venues do actually ban hen parties and stag do's, I think that's what kind of pulls it into perspective that it is an issue within the gay community.
I'm glad you said that, actually, because we have got Rob Brearley, manager of Club Tropicana. That's upstairs from the Rembrandt. He's had a rebrand. And we're going to be speaking to him about that specifically soon. If you want to get involved, you can do. All you need to do is go on Twitter, and it's at Gaydio. That's something to tweet with. Put that in there, and we'll see it. It's at Gaydio. Facebook.com/Gaydio. And you will be able to join in tonight. We want to know what you think of the gay village being taken over from all those groups. Are they good for us, or don't you want them at all? It's your say. Something from Glasgow, and it's 23 minutes past 8. It is Gaydio, and it's The Exchange, the programme each night, on Monday to Thursday, where we talk about the headlines that in the LGBT world. And the one at the moment we're talking about and having a bit of a heated debate, as Mrs. Merton might have said, is that gays are not a tourist attraction. It comes from our guest, Sophie Spicknell, a local student and frequent Canal Street goer, who she made a strong statement about the fact that people are going out on undesirables, I say. You say not undesirable, just people that you would wish would go elsewhere?
No,
or respect our
definitely
space?
not. No, not go elsewhere. Definitely not.
Oh, right, just quieten
respect
down
it.
a bit.
Just respect it.
Right, maybe they don't know how to. Maybe they need sort of like guidelines. Rob, you're itching.
What I was actually going to bring up, interestingly, was we were out on Saturday, and we were out until about 7 in the morning, and
you dirty
He's
stuff
such a
out.
star.
yeah, always wait till the first tram. But basically, we were in AXM and we were in a few different clubs, and a few of my friends actually ended up saying, "Can we go somewhere else? It's too straight in here." So some of my friends did say that, because I think at a certain point, you know, if you want in a cheeky snog, then it your chances go down slightly. But I can see the point, and it is only this weekend. It's like the first time one of my friends has actually said that. But going back on what we were saying before, I do think some people do sometimes treat sort of LGBT people as a novelty thing. Like, some people do, because when you come out, sometimes they're like, oh, you can find me a nice dress, and you know, there are some people, very, very few, I think, especially in terms of people who go out in Canal Street, but I think there are very few people who would go just, you know, sort of people watch and sort of see what it's like. But it's not necessarily a negative thing, because I don't think those people would be the ones who'd be kicking off and, you know, have a problem with it as such. I think maybe they just sort of go in to have a look at the way everyone acts.
Okay, well, the gay village is maybe somewhere that you've visited. Maybe you've seen the places in the gay village, the venues. But is the gay village as gay as we kind of think it is, in a way? I noticed over the last couple of weeks there's been a relaunch of the upstairs from the Rembrandt. People were squealing on social media about Club Tropicana. There were a few pictures of the front of Club Tropicana, which is on Sackville Street. Okay, that entrance is on there, and they all thought that the whole Rembrandt had been rebranded into Club Tropicana. Like, where's the whole Rembrandt gone? Rob Brearley is the manager of Club Tropicana, joins us this evening. Evening.
Hi there, how are you?
I'm good. Rob, first of all, why did you do this to the upstairs of the Rembrandt? Why have you changed its name and everything?
Well, the brewery, actually, who did the refurb for us, they wanted to know what ideas we had for the place, and so an 80s bar was something that we thought would be quite popular around there.
Right, because it wasn't a very gay place for a while before you've done this relaunch, was it?
No, that's right. Yeah, it's not gay only or anything like that. Whereas the Rembrandt downstairs is much more orientated for gay people.
Well, much so. It's quite the opposite in many respects, isn't it, Rob? What do you think about people being offended that you've opened Club Tropicana and it's tantamount to bringing in lots more of these people who have no respect for our village?
I think it's reverse prejudice, really. I don't see how you can start saying that straight people aren't allowed into a gay venue because they do X, Y, or Z, because it's just saying that all straight people behave in a particular way, and they don't. So I can't understand the mentality and where it comes from.
Okay. Is Club Tropicana a gay place?
It's not gay or straight, it's just a bar where anybody can come if they want to have a good time.
Okay. Have you read Sophie's article?
I have, yeah.
Right. What's your take on it? What's your view on this?
I mean, she makes some points that I've heard before and some good points as well. And I think she's right to say that gay people aren't a tourist attraction and they shouldn't be treated like they're exhibits in a zoo. But I think that gay people are as likely to treat other gay people in that way than straight people are, because Manchester has a lot of transvestites, and I've heard gay people say funny stuff about them that they shouldn't say.
Okay.
Just as much as straight people have said. And in fact, maybe straight people are more on their guard when they're around the gay village, not to be disrespectful of others, whereas gay people might feel more comfortable that they can say what they like about people who look out of the ordinary. Sophie's
obviously here now. Do you want to ask Rob a question about his...
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that's definitely a valid point about the sort of... the whole sort of transvestite issue, the whole sort of it can happen within the community, like internal sort of homophobia as well. But it was just more of a question of like what sort of made it the main point of because one of the posters actually on the outside of Club Tropicana says hen parties and stag parties all welcome or always welcome, along those lines.
Yeah.
Why was that such a main selling point of the venue?
But do you think that just refers to straight stag and hen parties?
I think the two are very different in terms of how they celebrate. Aren't they, really?
Men are marrying men and women are marrying women, so they have stag and hen parties themselves. So it doesn't say straight stag and hen parties, it's just stag and hen parties.
Okay.
And then there are lots of gay men who might go on hen parties, and they might not feel comfortable going around a straight venue if they had a hen party sash or a tiara on or something, and they might prefer to go around the gay village to celebrate with their straight friends.
Okay. Paulette?
Well, I kind of agree with him there. It's everyone goes to the place where they're most comfortable, and like I said before, it's the fall in attitude, really. Where are we? How many are we? We've got a mixed group of 5 lesbians, 3 gay men, and the rest of us are straight. Where are we going to go? So let's make this comfortable for everybody. Let's all go to Canal Street rather than let's all go to wherever it is, straight.
But isn't the point that people should just be able to go wherever they want?
Exactly. That has been my
or
argument.
Yeah. It shouldn't be anywhere.
No, I think we're all in agreement with you there, Rob.
You really shouldn't have to think about whether you can or not. You should just be able to go.
What sort of comments, Rob, have you got from people from the LGBT community about Club Tropicana?
Well, everybody who came on Saturday night had a great time, so...
I was there. I went there on Saturday. Yeah, no, all of my friends did really enjoy it. There was a good mix of people in there. There was some straight people, there was some gay people, and there was a good mix, and everyone seemed to enjoy it. It was 80s music, obviously, so a lot of good tunes, Shaka Khan and all that. But, it was a really good night, and the place itself looks really good now that it's been refurbished.
Yeah, they've done an amazing job, yeah.
So... I mean, there has undoubtedly been a lot of screams going on from certain parts of the LGBT community about it bringing in the wrong element. You're saying this is not the case. I think Sophie is actually saying this is not the case.
Yeah, I think there is the wrong element around Canal Street, but that's because of the race to the bottom in drink prices that was started by one of the bars on there.
Right.
And I've walked down Canal Street and been offered a Jack Daniels and Coke for £1. Now,
it's not bad, is it?
what that means is that you can go and get quite drunk for £10.
Yeah.
And so you're attracting a lot of undesirables to that area. The other bars have to try and compete with the low drink prices, otherwise they're going to go bust, like some of them already have.
Yeah.
And so you do get a lot of undesirables, and they are what make people feel unsafe in the area.
Can I ask you a question, though, Rob? On the door of Club Tropicana, if there was a group of people who were exceptionally rowdy, who were all over the place, who were maybe a bit on the drunk side, notice I'm not labelling any particular part of any community here, what would you do about it? Would you let them in, or would you stop them?
Oh no, you're not allowed to let people who are intoxicated like that into the bar anyway.
Oh, they're already there, are they? I'm only joking with you there. I'm not taking you to task. So you would,
yeah.
you were. Let's say that they're not drunk. Then they're just loud. They're just rowdy. Would you turn them away?
Yeah, if people are going to misbehave while they're in there, or look like they're going to misbehave while they're in there, then they're not welcome.
Oh, how do you police something like that? How would you police something that they might do something?
Yeah.
You can the door people, because they're used to dealing with people all the time. They get to know.
Right.
Well, I think they do. They get to know what people are going to be like when they get inside the venue, judged on what they're acting like outside the venue. Obviously, it's not perfect, because that's why you would then get trouble in a venue, but they're very good. The door staff we have are very good as well.
Right. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, Rob.
No problem.
And it's good to see, or rather hear, lots of different sides of the story here. And we'll probably pop down and see you sometime. Is that right?
Everybody should come and have a look at it.
Thanks, Rob Briley, who's the manager of Club Tropicana. We're going to keep Sophie here. We're going to keep Paulette here. We're going to keep Mark here. And we want your comments as well about this. It's at Gaydio on the Twitter and on Facebook. It's facebook.com/Gaydio. I feel for you, Chaka Khan on Gaydio. It is The Exchange, 8 till 10 tonight, every night, Monday to Thursday. And the discussion, wow, can of worms or what tonight? And great. It's all talking about the fact that is the gay village, are any gay spaces really? Are they still safe spaces? How welcoming should gay bars be to straight people? Probably you could turn it around and say the opposite as well. And we've got your comments on
Absolutely.
Facebook. Thank you so much for joining in with the discussion.
Yeah, 63 likes on this one. It's been very active today.
Go for it.
Well, there's a few comments, really. Paul Cooper says, ironic, really, that as an openly gay guy, I've been refused entry to a lot more gay bars than straight bars. Bouncers tell me it's not my kind of bar. So check that one out.
Oh, it's interesting that, because you do hear stories about this. It's like when we took it to the manager of Club Tropicana. How do you police things like, people who might be aggressive, or might be gay, who might be straight?
Yeah.
It's like, just stop
guesswork. It's pure guesswork. Sometimes, most of the time, they get it right, but
it's when they get it wrong.
You can't tell now, where everyone's so gender fluid.
Yeah.
As our favourite term is, you can't tell gay, straight, whatever, and all the codes are different now. Everyone looks like a bear, whether they're a bear or not.
Another comment?
They do. Another comment. Kirsty Manley says, I find it ironic that gay people want equality, but only their way. I don't mind who drinks where straight people want to come to gay bars. Great. Just means that they're not homophobic. Also, I know a lot of straight women feel a lot safer in gay bars. The last time I was in a straight bar, a guy tried to shove his hand straight down my pants. So, yeah, that's, definitely one of the arguments I have. Straight girls go to gay bars because they know that they're not going to be approached sexually. They do not, they're not necessarily there to make it a gay freak show, but it's just where they can hang out with their friends and really let loose, have a laugh without knowing that they're going to be pounced upon.
I think it's a fair point, definitely. I think a lot of straight girls do go because they feel safer. Obviously, there are still occasions when it does happen, because I've seen in some clubs, in gay clubs, I've seen men going up to women and being ridiculously over the top, and they've told them to go away and they haven't. And that's actually one of the only times I've stepped in and told a guy who was out of order, was in a gay club, when a guy was going up to a girl. But I think a lot of straight girls do go to gay clubs because they feel like obviously they're less likely to get approached in a sexual way. So
a friend of mine, I remember years ago, described it as the fact that Manchester's gay village is like a honeypot. You'll get straight women, heterosexual women coming down because they feel straight. Sorry about that. Feel safe. They feel safe. Okay, but then the straight lads know that the straight women are in the gay village, feeling as though they've got their guards down, and that's when they come down here.
One of my friends met his girlfriend in GAY. So it's a straight couple, but they were going for 2 years and they met in GAY, so it does happen.
It does. Paula, another comment?
And then another comment. Matty Vasquez says, the day when anyone can go out and enjoy themselves without fear of judgment or attack will be the day that we don't need bars to be segregated by sexuality. In the meantime, I'm more than happy to go to places where women are not allowed. Treat me and my friends as human beings, but respect our differences and understand that equality and integration are separate things.
See, told you it was a can of worms there.
Old school gay.
Oh, another comment?
And another comment. This one actually made me, it kind of tickled me. I have to find it. Paul Cooper. Oh no! Hold on. I've read that one out. I've lost it.
Too excited.
It's the one. There's one where the guy said, "Here we are." Jack Gazzello Riley says, it gets annoying as the straight girls come, then the straight lads follow.
Yeah.
And then you flirt with one at the bar, and next thing you know, you're quickly retreating, dodging a slap as he takes offence to you thinking he's gay. True story. # true story.
Fantastic.
I like that one.
Another one.
That one. And another one. Andrew Bollander says, no, and that is ridiculous to suggest. I think society is becoming inclusive and we should be ecstatic that that is the case. Do straight people get mad or say we are ruining a bar scene when the crowd is majority straight and we show up? Get it together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's one of these things that who's always throughout the whole many years now, hasn't it, Paulette?
Yes.
Us being a little bit older than our other two.
Just a tiny bit.
Teeny weeny bit.
You know.
I've seen this time and time again. I remember many years ago talking to someone who frequented the gay village back in the 1960s, and he said it was.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me either. But he recounts a very different feel to Manchester Gay Village.
Totally.
And that was, he says, back then it was an area that was full of vagabonds and ne'er-do-wells. It was an area that didn't really have street lamps in it. Now, he was a very well-known drag queen at the time, and he used to do performances. He said, and he had to be very careful even in that area. He said he used to be at the Ogden Arms, which is now called the Rembrandt.
Yeah.
He said to get into those places, the doors weren't open and the windows you couldn't stare through. You had to knock on the door and a little window opened. Now, you've seen this on movies, and then it really did happen. He said you did your performance at the Ogden Arms, the Rembrandt. He said, and you knew you had to go down Canal Street then for your next performance to the new Union, isn't it? He said that short distance, he said, you always wore pants underneath your dress. You took your dress inside your pants, you put your jewellery down your cleavage, you closed your cleavage up and you legged it down Canal Street as fast as you could. This is the early 60s, to make sure that, you weren't going to be beaten up or anything on Canal Street. He says the other interesting thing about Canal Street or the gay village was it was predominantly lesbian in the mid-60s. Things have changed. So, it's an area which is in a state of constant flux. It's very organic in that respect.
Yeah.
But we still have this feeling of ownership and NIMBYism, isn't it? It's not in my backyard in many ways. We do want to have it inclusive, but there is a little bit of this in
where you want to hold on to
You
just
wanna
the little
hold on.
vestiges of our world, their world.
Yeah. Any more comments?
Yes. Christopher Morrow says that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You
Which
can't.
bit?
The question obviously was, do you think straight people are ruining gay bars?
Okay.
So Christopher Morrow says that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You can't protest and demand society be inclusive, then say stay out of our bars and pride events.
Well, you can.
Well, you can.
You might, as he says, it's the dumbest thing, but you can say
but
it.
you can say it.
Yeah.
My thing is, where do you draw the line if you do say
Why
it?
should there be a line? Why can't we just get on and love each other?
Yeah, it's all
the end of
about
the day.
love. Come on, because then it's like you can go to the extreme. It's, men only, women only.
We can have those
lesbians only, gays only.
Leather men only.
Black, white only. Where do you draw the line? Really, where do you draw the line? And that just shatters clubbing.
Mark?
I think it's interesting, though, as one of the commenters said, that he's experienced being rejected more from gay clubs than straight clubs, because me personally is the same. I've been rejected from more gay clubs because I'm apparently not gay enough than I've been rejected from a straight club who obviously wouldn't say you're too gay. Although that did happen once. That did
Serious?
happen.
Which one?
It went in the papers, actually. It wasn't me, my friend who went in the papers, but I'm not going to name it for legal reasons. But we basically went up, there was just the two of us, to a pub in Manchester, and they said mixed couples only tonight. We weren't even a couple, we were just good friends. My friend who's a journalist who works at The Sun basically just went to town on it.
Sophie, you've caused all of this kind of worms throughout tonight, and I'm really glad you have. It's really good to get something out there, and it's a point of view. It's very strong. Just very quickly now, because we are running out a little bit of time. You wrote this article. You were really quite brutal in it. Have you ever gone up to somebody in Canal Street and voiced your concerns like you did in print?
I haven't, no. I think, again, it's not about segregating groups and saying you shouldn't be here, but it is about inclusion, and we just need to learn to respect each other as well as the venues that we're in.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for your comments tonight.